Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Today we are at Richmond for the Federated Auto Parts 400. So it's the second race of the playoffs and we already have some big news to announce here as Austin Cindric will join the Wood Brothers racing team in 2021. This means that the 2020 Xfinity Series star will find a promotion from that Penske Racing team into the Wood Brothers Racing Cup car. So that will be very interesting to see how he goes as a new rookie next season in the Cup Series. And this means that Matt Benedetto, current driver for the 21, will have to find a new team, and it will come here with this huge piece of news as Japanese giant Sony will team up with Toyota to form a powerhouse team. This will be a single car team, and Matt Benedetto will find himself driving this new number 55 Toyota car, which will be sponsored by Sony and, well, the Sony PlayStation. So this team has caused mixed reaction amongst NASCAR fans, as some worry that the sport may start to lose its identity with the American branding of sorts, to list it off for you a little bit. So yeah, a lot of interesting news coming from outside the series, or well, outside of the current season in the series, but definitely will take effect next season. So yeah, we load in here to Richmond Raceway for the Federated Auto Parts 400. And your stories of the race is Corey LaJoie is cold today, Ryan Blaney failed optical scanning multiple times, and Matt Kenseth is the pole winner for today. So good job to Matt Kenseth. Nice to see him running well in his final season. And yes, we can confirm in this series, I don't know if in real life, but he will be retired indefinitely. So he will get his break eventually now. As we go into the race, we're starting 26th due to Ryan Blaney going to the back, so we find ourselves already on the outside here, finding Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and our other rival, Michael McDowell, in front of us. So going to be very interesting to see how we can get around these two here without any trouble. So we try to get to the inside lane there, but Justin Haley fills that gap pretty quickly. And I found myself in a bit of a trouble here because I was stuck on that outside lane at Richmond, and it is not the place you want to be, especially early on. And as you can see, Alex Bowman trying to get to my inside, and you saw in the stories that Alex Bowman didn't have any qualifying issues. He just qualified poorly. He just didn't have speed in that number 88 car. Of course, he will be in the 48 next season. But yeah, we skip to the final lap of stage number 1 here because we chilled in 28 for the majority of the stage. So we finally get past Ryan Preece and Joey Gase, finding ourselves into the 27th position now, looking on Michael McDowell, but the stage comes to an end here. So we will find ourselves in the situation where your stage winner is Denny Hamlin, and being from his home track in Richmond, Virginia, it is not surprising to see this man doing very well at this track. So good job to Denny. He wins the stage, and he already seems to be a threat for the win here. And now we decided that, you know what, our car is quite fast, so why not just take right sides and a half a can of fuel, and we'll see what we can do at the front. So I did something different to the rest of the field, and yeah, we went from 27th to 11th here, so we'll see how we do with these two tires trying to fight with the faster cars. And already you can see behind us, Ricky Stenhouse went from 26th in that first stage to 13th. He was right behind us, and he was already trying to send it in and take us out there. Tyler Reddick, we get him between us two crucially here as we look to go into 3 and 4, but we get a little bit loose in on corner entry, and we wash up the track, letting Tyler Reddick to our inside, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to race through wide here, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is pushing us into brackets last year. Make a little contact with him, trying to get back in line. I accidentally cut off Jimmy Johnson, and he makes some contact with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., so very unfortunate turn of events there, which I would like to blame on the 47, if I'm honest here. And now we find ourselves in P9, just in front of Clint Boyer, trying to protect our spot in the top 10 right now, which would be a successful strategy call if we can do so here. Stage 2 is a lot longer than Stage 1. It is 17 laps in Stage 2. It was only 9 laps in Stage 1, so going this long on 2 tires is going to be definitely hard to do. So we'll see how we can compete with these fast cars even on all the tires, as Jimmy Johnson ends up going by me here. And yeah, of course we have to mention as well, we are only competing this well because of our momentum boost, which is helping us out a lot here in recent races. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ends up getting past us this time cleanly. Thank you, Ricky, for not taking me out there at least, as we're kind of blocking Clint Boyer from getting past us, which is unlucky for him. He finds himself now on the outside of Bubba Wallace here. Of course, that 43 car is the car we will be taking over next season. As you can see, they just went 4 wide behind us, and Ty Dillon emerges the victor of that. So he's not the only fast 3-star team today, as well as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Actually, JTG Doherty is a 3-star team. So us, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ty Dillon all performing a lot better than we should be. And it must be because of our momentum boost that we all have somehow. But yeah, we all know it doesn't work like that for the AI, but that's my only logical explanation, really. So yeah, we do have a caution come out here as Kevin Harvick leads the way. And I found myself starting to really struggle on those 2 tires, so I thought, you know what, let's get ourselves on a different strategy than the rest of the field. Let's come into pit road, let's take 4 tires, and let's see if we can get ourselves back the track position we lost on pure car performance alone. We will have the tire advantage here, so we do go green flag racing here from the 39th spot. And as you can see, we are already so fast on the restart that we're stuck in the middle here. I didn't want to overtake Brendan Gaughan because I wanted the inside lane, so I had to literally like come to a stop just so he could get past me here, and I could take that inside lane. Now looking to the inside of Corey LaJoie and Justin Haley. As you saw before we went to the restart, Ryan Preece is out of the race. And you can see it on the track map there as well. That singular dot meaning a car is out of the race in pit road, which is Ryan Preece, of course. As we now go to the inside of Bobby Carter here. So we're over halfway through stage number 2 here, trying to gain back all the track position we can here. And when we come into the pits on stage, the end of stage 2, we'll try to get back on the same strategy as everybody else, which will be the ideal strategy as we get a run on Brendan Gaughan at the wrong time and bump him in the back. So obviously not ideal. I don't want to be doing that, but he is definitely holding us up there as he slips up a little bit from the bottom here, and we just stick our nose in and we get past both him and Chad Fincham. Chad Fincham also will have to find a new ride for next season. Whether he does in the Cup Series, I do not know, because that 49 is going to be replaced by the new 55 team that I announced earlier. As we make a little bit of contact with David Reagan coming off a corner exit. Another driver that will not be in the career mode next season. And I actually make contact with Timmy Hill there. And he goes spinning behind us and they crash. So, yeah, sorry Timmy Hill. I did not mean to do that. But you were very slow off corner exit. And you did not go to the wall. And I hit you and you just spin out in front of everybody. So, yeah, I stayed out. And everybody else came to pit road. And we are going to have a 1-lap shootout for this last lap in the stage. And I don't know how Ricky Stenhouse, they literally programmed the rivals to be next to you at all times. I swear to God, because he was not first, I can tell you that. It was Kevin Harvick. But he ends up first off pit road to be lining up on our outside here. And we're battling with him for the stage win. We make contact going into 3 and 4. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. slides all the way back. Martin Truex Jr. goes to our inside and he takes the stage win away here. So stage 2 gets won by Martin Truex Jr. And yeah, I ended up looking where Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finished because he ended up 16th after that. So get fucked, idiot, is all I have to say to him. As now we are going to stay out once again, keeping our track position. Of course, we only came to pit road just recently, but then caused a caution taking out Timmy Hill. So we only have a couple laps older tires than the rest of the field here. And we'll try to use our momentum boost to keep us competitive here as we restart here in the final stage at Richmond. Just 20 laps to go in this race, which is a short amount of time considering how short this track is. And look at Ty Dillon, mate. He's having a great run today in that 13 machine. Of course, a team that is going to not be here at the end of the season. Ty Dillon will move to the number 96. Which is the Gaughan Bros Racing Toyota. And we make a little bit of contact with Kyle Busch a few laps later as he goes to our outside. And Ty Dillon's going to get past us. And now Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano are trying to take advantage of that as well. So I tried to get to the inside here behind Ty Dillon. I cut in front of Joey Logano quite nicely. We're going to keep that lane on the bottom there. So we're actually quite competitive so far. We had like about a 6th place car, I'd like to say. Or like a 7th place car. As Joey Logano sends it in on me. I did not expect him to just stick his nose in there. And we make contact there with his right front and my left rear. And he goes spinning. He saves it though. And we do end up now in 9th position with Kyle Busch trying to attack us. And right now Kyle Busch finds himself in a hole in the playoffs, 16th place. With 2 races to make amends for what happened. And of course with William Byron, a shock winner in the first race at Darlington, advancing himself. It's going to be harder for these guys to get out of that bottom 4 that will be cut off at the end of next race at Bristol. So Kyle Busch, a guy who is winless this season, will probably have to find himself in victory lane or getting huge results. And right now, sitting in 11th is not where you want to be, especially if you're going to send it in on me like that. But he's still going to get past me anyway. So, I mean, whatever works for you. And then we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming to give us a bump here, and the caution ends up coming out for something I could not find in the replay here. But yeah, very interesting what just happened there with Kyle Busch. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be a great season for the defending champion. Of course, this is the 2020 season, so every single win from the 2020 season in IRL and the champion does not exist in this world. So let's be clear with that. So in our season, William Byron is a 2-time winner because he won twice in the career mode, and not because he won at Daytona in real life. Anyway, you guys should get the point by now as we go into 3 and 4 here. So we find ourselves with 10 laps to go in this race, and we're looking to the inside of Jimmy Johnson here, who is still winless this season, but he is definitely having a good points performance, keeping himself competitive at the front, but he still has not broken through to win since 2017. So can he do it in his final season in 2020? He's still in contention to win his 8th championship, which is his last chance to win an 8th championship, which would be breaking the record for most championships ever. He is currently tied with Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Richard Petty, of course, which we will be driving for Richard Petty at the next season. So that will be very interesting. As you can see, though, if you thought we were having an uncharacteristic good run, well, Ty Dillon is chilling up here in the top 5. We do get past him there because he was running the high line, but it's very cool to see us guys at the back competing up front here as we cut forward to now only 5 laps to go here. I said that a little bit too early, but you know, you get the point here. Nothing really happened anyway for the next couple laps as we were trying to run down as we got smoke in front of us, and someone goes spinning out. It's Martin Truex Jr. goes hard into the wall, and wow, that's going to be an implication into the playoffs there, as Martin Truex Jr. was looking to advance himself with a win, and Denny Hamlin was running away with it. But now there's a chance off the restart here for even us to get a victory, as we are going to go green flag, racing with only 2 laps to go, and Eric Jones just blew the restart, and we could not do anything about it. We hit him in the back, and the whole outside lane gets stacked up. We have dropped from 4th all the way to 9th, as now we're trying to battle Kevin Harvick on the outside and gain back what we lost, but definitely not okay here, as Matt Kenseth is taking the lead here, trying to get a win in his last season in NASCAR, and it is going to be the final lap now at Richmond. The pole sitter Matt Kenseth up in front as we go into turn 1 and 2, battling side by side with Clint Boyer, but up for the lead, Kyle Busch to the inside of Matt Kenseth, who was taking the outside lane, and Kyle Busch is now showing in the lead here, going down the backstretch into the 3 and 4. Kyle Busch is going to get to the inside and take his first win of the season, advancing himself as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. hits us with a bump and run, and we end up finishing 12th here at Richmond. But a crazy turn of events here sees Kyle Busch win this race. So it is just absolutely crazy what happened today, and I could not believe what I saw. So very, very good performance from Kyle Busch. He takes the win. A very good run for us today, which is awesome to see. So let's check out those finishing results here as we scroll down. Kyle Busch winning the race. We finished nice and cool 12th position. As we go and see where these playoff drivers finished, Elliott ended up 13th, Johnson 16th, Busch 20th, Byron 21st. Almirola and Newman struggling, especially in 28th and 29th, so they are going to go into Bristol in a bit of a hole here, as well as Alex Bowman and Martin Truex Jr. ended up DNFing. Truex Jr. is in a position where he seems like he is okay, though, because he has a lot of playoff points to protect him here. As you can see, we finished 12th, get a nice 260 grand out of that race, so a very successful race for us. This momentum is doing wonders. And next race will be at Bristol, where of course we almost broke through to get our maiden win in the Cup Series here. But yeah, let's go and check out these point standings. As you can see, Byron and Busch are advanced. They are through to the next round. And then you have the guys in on points right now, Denny Hamlin, Blaney, and Harvick, who are safe pretty much. And then you got the guys who are in a good, comfortable position, which is Jim Johnson, Clint Boyer, Keselowski, Logano, Truex Jr., and Austin Dillon. And then you got the guy in trouble right now, which is Chase Elliott, just 8 points above that cutoff line. And then you got Kurt Busch, Aric Almirola, Ryan Newman, and Alex Bowman trying to get back into the playoff cutoff here. So yeah, Chase Elliott currently holding it down on the bubble there, and those drivers will have to fight it out at Bristol to see who gets through out of those 5. As we check out the rest of the point standings, we are almost in the top 20 now, fighting with Tyler Reddick for that spot, and Christopher Bell actually for that Rookie of the Year. Of course, none of the rookies have won yet this season, so hopefully we can be the first at Bristol, and it will be a nice night race at Bristol this time. So we got very close last time. We were so close, actually, to winning it. But Clint Boyer beat us out by a nose. So it will be Bristol next race for the cutoff race of the round of 12 to be coming up. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later.